distinctions, and the others I will mention the serial numbers, and then you will be able to stand up. Distinctions, cohort DPA 08, Gloria Karambu Diga. Let's clap for her. Gladys Kebuleti Kiplap. Christine Ruth Chelagat. Jimmy Wanebe Wafula. Richie Masahalia Olaka. Wilson Washira Washoki. Cohort DPA 09-2024, distinctions. Gertrude Bogo. Jesse Muriuki Ivai. Rogers Onyondo Oche. Nelly Lekesa Mucha. Anton Kamau Maina. Opio Charles Omondi. Ruth Ranjiro Washera. Sharon Duku Zau. Jacqueline Lea. Diana Odari. Desia Susan. Victor Gitonga. Winnie Moyombe. Teresia. William Japi. Peter. James Deritu. Shadrach Munya. Dickens. Oma. Violet. Caroline. Irene Mori. Cohort 08-2024, credits number 1 to number 30. Please be upstanding. Let's clap for them. Credits number 31 to 60. Please be upstanding. Credits 61 to 100. Please be upstanding. Credits 100 to 200. We are cohort 8. 200 to 300. Serial number 300 to 400. Pass number 1 to 24. Please be upstanding. Cohort 9. Credits number 1 to 100. Cohort 9. Let's clap for them. Cohort 101 to 200. (201 to 300). Let's be upstanding. 301 to 400 and 401 to 443. Let's be all upstanding. Pass number 1 to 8. Let's appreciate them. Your Excellency, I now call upon the Cabinet Secretary responsible for public service to come up front and confer the diplomas.
acting on the powers conferred by Kenya's School of Government Act and the Kenya School of Government Running and Development Policy and Procedures, and having certified the academic board in all subjects for which you are honored, trained, and examined. It gives me great pleasure to award you Diploma in Public Administration of Kenya School of Government.
You may be seated. Your Excellency, awards will now be presented to the candidate who is qualifying posthumously. I would request the family of Philip Chelimo to be upstanding. Your Excellency, I would request, with your permission, to confer the certificate to the family of Philip Chelimo. You may come after.
We may take our seats. Let's be seated.
I request the Director General to accompany His Excellency. Professor. Yes. Your Excellency, awards will now be presented to the 6 participants who achieved an outstanding performance in the Diploma in Public Administration Program of Study. Mr. Humphrey Mokaya, Director, Security Management Institute, and the overall coordinator of the Diploma in Public Administration Program for the cohorts we are graduating today, will read out the names of the candidates who have excelled in this program.
Your Excellency, the President, the following 6 candidates performed exemplarily well academically and in terms of character attributes. When I read your name, please come forward. Gloria Karambo Mfiga. Gladys Chepngetich Kiapiap. Followed by Christine Ruth Chalangat. Jimmy Wanamba Wafula. Gertrude Mbogo. Will be followed by Jesse Morioki Idai.
In recognition of your outstanding performance, on behalf of the Kenya School of Government and on my own behalf, I present you with the Kenya School of Government Medal. Congratulations.
Your Excellency, you made us universities. Your Excellency, I will now proceed to charge the graduates, the 802 graduates. All the graduates may be upstanding. Can we have the charge on the screen? Dear graduates, on behalf of Kenya School of Government, Council, Management and staff, I wish to congratulate you all for your great accomplishment. As we emphasized during the course of your training, remember the Kenyan citizenry aspire for a public service that anticipates and fulfills their expectations with great efficiency. A public service that is agile and accountable. One that is adjudged to uphold an impeccable character in all areas. As I commission you back to the service on this graduation day, I am confident that you are well equipped to exemplify a transformative character, identifiable with the values and principles of public service, and one that brings honor to our nation. And now, this is my charge to you. Recite these charges after me. I shall uphold high standards of professional ethics. I shall be efficient, effective, and prudent in the use of public resources. I shall be selfless and committed to duty. I shall be impartial in service to citizens. I shall be transparent in all my undertakings. I shall model true public service leadership. Congratulations and God bless you. May we take our seats.
Thank you very much, Madam. Let's give her a hand of applause kindly as she is taking her seat. Your Excellency, I now want to invite Mr. Amos Gavesha, a diploma in public administration alumni and presently the Deputy Head of Public Service, to make a statement. Just a minute and a half, kindly.
Your Excellency, Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, EGH, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Cabinet Secretary is present, PS is present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I was told to come and give a speech as an alumni, and my journey with the KSG runs to 35 years. So when the MC tells me to condense that in 1.5 minutes, then I don't know what to talk about. But I want to say that I joined public service as an option. When I went to Public Service Commission after graduation, and I was given that form to fill for the job that I would want to be interviewed for, first choice, I wrote DO, second one, DO, third one, DO. And come as it may, I was appointed as a district officer. That was in 1990. Then I was posted to Garissa, and my first DC was Mr. Francis Sigei, who is now the MP for Sotik. And having stayed with me for a month, he said, I can see you have potential. I'm going to mentor you until you become one of the best administrators in this country. And I stayed with him for a year. And I can't regret the year I spent with him. And my journey in public service started that way. Then I was appointed as a district commissioner on 27th of August 2002. Your Excellency, I was the last district commissioner to be appointed by the Kanu regime as a district commissioner before the elections of December 2022. Then I proceeded, and I grew up in the service. I ended up as a Secretary of Internal Security in the Ministry of Interior. Later on, I went to National Treasury as the Principal Administrative Secretary. When Your Excellency, you appointed me as a Principal Secretary in charge of State Department for Public Service. And I want to say, Your Excellency, you took 4 Ngao officers and you made them PSs. Myself, Mr. Motari, Joseph Motari, who is a PS for Social Protection, Mr. Mwadime, PS for Labor, Mr. Harsama, PS for ASALs. It is a very big honor to grow. And as I stand here, I want to say that it is doable. It is doable, and we are beacons of hope for the officers who are graduating here today, that you can also get where we are. In the recent reshuffle, Your Excellency, you honored me by appointing me the Deputy Head of the Public Service. I think it's a very big honor, not only to myself, but to the Ngao fraternity. It still gives them more hope that it is possible to get where we are. And as we are seated here, there are prominent persons in the public service who have also gone through this. Chairman Public Service Commission is an alumni here. I can see Honorable Oku Kauja, he was also an alumni here. I can see Abdul Masera. I can see Mr. Ada Osia, who have also been alumni here. Because the Ngaos are in positions of leadership, I looked at the Constitution and I looked at Article 73 on responsibilities of leadership, because we are all in leadership here. And it says, authority assigned to a state officer. Authority assigned to a state officer is a public trust to be exercised in a manner that is consistent with purposes and objects of this Constitution. Number 2, demonstrates respect for the people. And I repeat, demonstrates respect for the people. 3, brings honor to the nation and dignity of the office. And dignity to the office, and which is very critical as we go to execute our duties. Number 4, promotes public confidence in the integrity of the office. And lastly, vests in the officer the responsibility to serve the people rather than power to rule them. Very, very powerful words from the Constitution. Graduates, congratulations. A lot is expected of you. The nation is looking up at you, and a lot is expected. And you are very lucky because this is the first time His Excellency has come to preside over a graduation of Ngaos in this college. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, and apologies to have fixed you with matters of time. Your Excellency, I now wish to call Assistant Secretary Faith Kandagor and Assistant Commissioner Elias Mutua. Come both of you kindly so that you make your brief remarks kindly.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, allow me to ride on the established protocols. I'm Faith Kandagor, an Assistant Secretary at the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. On behalf of my colleagues, Assistant County Commissioners and Assistant Secretaries, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank you for the invaluable support you have extended to us as National Government Administrative Officers, GAOs. We are deeply honored. Your Excellency, allow me to briefly apprise you on who we are and the extensive training we undergo in our capacity as GAOs. Within the ministry, we serve as Assistant Secretaries, and in the field, we operate as Assistant County Commissioners. Our role in the ministries and state departments, just to mention, is to support the principal secretaries in administration of the departments, pursuant to Article 155 of the Kenyan Constitution and the National Government Coordination Act of 2013. Your Excellency, entry into our cadres requires a minimum of a second-class upper division degree. Beyond that, each of us undergoes a rigorous and well-structured series of professional trainings and assessments, including Administrative Officers Examination, administered by the Public Service Commission, 3 months of paramilitary training facilitated by the National Police Service, leadership development training at the Kenya School of Adventure and Leadership, Diploma in Public Administration, Senior Management course, Strategic Leadership Development Program, and Strategic Leadership Development Program at the Kenya School of Government. Your Excellency, this extensive series of trainings are designed to fully prepare us to serve effectively within ministries, service delivery coordination units, and as managers of Huduma centers, as provided for under the National Government Coordination Act of 2013. Your Excellency, this demonstrates the intensity, depth, and relevance of our preparation to serve as your representatives from the grassroots to the highest levels of government administration. Our professional capacity places us in a prime position to drive and implement the bottom-up economic agenda at every administrative tier. Your Excellency, today we will be requesting, Your Excellency, your enhanced authority to enable us undertake our responsibilities and to strengthen our capacity to effectively coordinate and supervise national government functions at our levels. Your Excellency, with your permission, Let me now invite my colleague to deliver additional remarks.
Thank you, Faith. Your Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and Commander-in-Chief of Defense Forces. Allow me to rely on the protocols already established. I am Elias Mutua Njeru, Assistant County Commissioner, working in Eastern Region, Makueni County, Mukaa Sub-County, Kasikeo Division. Your Excellency, our role as Assistant County Commissioners is to coordinate national government functions, security management, and service delivery at the bottom level of national government service delivery units. They include the villages, sub-locations, locations, and ultimately the divisions, and to supervise the personnel at that level. Your Excellency, we however continue to face a major operational challenge. There are protocol and hierarchy issues arising from the disparity between the job groups, between our job groups and those of the officers that we are required to supervise. As per the Human Resource Manual, an officer is only supposed to supervise an officer in a lower job group. This creates a practical contradiction, and as we are mandated to coordinate and lead officers, we in many cases are in higher job groups than ourselves. This situation not only creates confusion, but also undermines our legitimacy and authority in executing our role. Your Excellency, in this regard, we only have one request. Kindly, sir, the position of Assistant County Commissioners and the Assistant Secretaries to be elevated and upgraded appropriately to align with our mandate so that we can effectively supervise and coordinate all national government functions and personnel in full compliance with the Public Service Human Resource Manual. And with that, Your Excellency, we as the National Government Administration Officers, we affirm our commitment to serve and deliver your promise to Kenyans. At the moment, we are already engaged in delivering the Climate Works project, which already we are working and we are ensuring that youth will get the good chances to work with that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for those remarks. Your Excellency, sir, before we invite the chair of Nyachai, allow me to now call on Dr. Noor Hassan, who is the chair of the Regional Commissioners, to now speak briefly on their behalf. Tumpigie makofi pia kija. Karibu.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our Cabinet Secretary, colleague Cabinet Secretary, our PS and the colleagues PSs, all protocols observed, colleagues and ladies and gentlemen. Sir, it's with great pleasure and gratitude and humility that I take this opportunity to thank you once again, Your Excellency, for honoring us with your presence despite your demanding and what I call astronomical responsibilities. Your Excellency, sir, on behalf of everyone here, I wish to welcome you and look forward to your insights. Sir, in our last meeting that we held here last year in August, a lot has taken place. The reform agenda that you directed for now has taken off and it's progressing well. A document is being prepared and it will encompass a number of issues that affect Urao in totality. Already some of them have been implemented. This includes the launching of the National Government Police Unit, what is called NGAPU. the drafting and the possibility of validating the new curriculum on development and planning and development, the national government village administration policy, regulation and establishment of administrative units, ongoing mandatory training and promotions. So, Your Excellency, in short, our responsibility is about coordination of national government, and we do this in line with your agenda, the transformative agenda, and the array of activities that we undertake, including serious national exercises such as the climate works, such as the registration of farmers, intensifying the registration of SHIF, that is Social Health Insurance Fund, continuous engagement in the greening and growing of trees. So, Your Excellency, in short, as I continue, in line with the establishment of the National Government Administration Unit, it is our sincere request that the 3-month paramilitary training that was curtailed be reintroduced. What has happened is that the last one that was held was conducted within 1 month. And that training they went through was insufficient and lacked the necessary vigor for this particular responsibility. And therefore, we are requesting for that. Sir, because we chair a number of committees, allow me to mention only 3 issues that will be critical in service delivery. Number 1 is about the fiber connectivity. Your Excellency, this fiber connectivity ends at the county headquarters or sub-county. It doesn't even reach the sub-counties. And this one negates and adversely impacts on the effective service delivery for the public, which we deliver at those levels. So the other critical challenge that we face is the network connectivity, especially in the operation areas, which many of us serve and encounter serious complex security threats. We are having a lot of problems in this, and we are requesting your hand if service providers and other organizations can do something so that we can address this pressing issue. The other one, sir, is that most of our compounds, we have poorly planned, scattered offices at the county and sub-county headquarters that lead to congestion and a bad image to our country and the government. Land is increasingly becoming scarce because of this fragmented setup of structures which are unsustainable. So we would request that in the future, the government should consider having complex blocks for offices so that we can optimize land use. So the other final one, which I want to conclude with, is about the evolving nature of security threats, the lawlessness, the unregulated protests and frequent traffic jams or snarl-outs in our major towns and highways. It is evident, therefore, that traditional response tools are no longer adequate and therefore untenable. In the light of this, we wish to request for modern equipment like drones so that it can aid us in surveillance, planning, and rapid response. So to my colleagues, the graduates who are here, we wish you well, congratulations. You are now armed with the necessary skills and the knowledge and the competences that are required to discharge your duties effectively and professionally. That is what is expected of you. Finally, just before I conclude, sir, allow me to express our gratitude to our Cabinet Secretary and the Principal Secretary. They have transformed our mindset, and therefore we want to thank them because we are performing with ease and confidence. And finally, sir, the truth is this, that true greatness demands sacrifice, relentless effort, and an unyielding commitment to purpose. Sir, your firm commitment and exemplary leadership in steering our country with your bold transformative agenda embodies this particular idea with remarkable style and resolute courage. And for this, we thank you most profusely, and we pledge and promise our dedicated support in this transformation of our country. Thank you very much, sir, for honor and the privilege to address you today. God bless you. Thank you very much, sir.
And with that, Your Excellency, now allow me to invite the Chair of KSG, Kenya School of Government, retired Justice Charles Nyachai, to make his remarks, and in turn invite the CS for Public Service, Honorable Ruku, to also make his remarks. Let's give him a warm hand clap as he is approaching the stage. Welcome, retired Justice.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs, Honorable Geoffrey Ruku, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Government Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Principal Secretary for Public Service and Human Capital Development, Dr. Jane Mbunya, the Principal Secretary for Internal Security and National Administration, Dr. Raymond Omolo, members of the Council of the Kenya School of Government, the Director General of the Kenya School of Government, Professor Nura Mohammed, honorable guests, graduates, faculty, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's my distinct honor and privilege to, on behalf of the Council of the Kenya School of Government, welcome you all to this important occasion, marking the graduation of our officers from the Diploma in Public Administration program delivered by the Kenya School of Government and the Ministry of Interior and National Government Administration. Your Excellency, as a school, we take great pride in shaping competent public servants who are equipped to drive efficient governance and responsive public service delivery. The challenges facing public administration today require leaders who are adaptive, strategic, and accountable. This program was designed to empower officers with the critical skills needed to manage resources, disseminate and implement policies, and serve communities effectively. Through this training, the officers have acquired advanced knowledge and competencies in key areas including public policy analysis, strategic leadership, resource management, conflict resolution, and civic engagement. The curriculum is grounded in both theory and practice and developed in close collaboration with the Ministry of Interior and National Government Administration to ensure alignment with national priorities. As graduates of the Kenya School of Government, we believe that the officers have harnessed the tools to build trust with the public, enhance service efficiency, and strengthen administrative structures across the country. Beyond technical expertise, we have nurtured in them a sense of ethics, responsibility, and national pride, qualities that will define their leadership and impact. As a graduate today, they are now ambassadors of excellence, carrying forward the knowledge and values instilled during this training. To our guardians, congratulations on reaching this significant milestone. As you continue your duties, let your actions reflect the knowledge that you have acquired. Being the top bearers of effective governance and transformational leadership across the country. I urge you to embrace continuous learning, collaboration, and innovation. The success of public administration lies in our ability to work together for the common good, serve with integrity, and develop solutions for the challenges ahead. I congratulate you all and encourage you to uphold the high standards of leadership and service to the nation. I take opportunity to thank the Ministry of Interior and National Government Administration for its unwavering support, the Kenya School of Government Council and the management for providing strategic direction and guidance, and dedicated faculty and staff at KSG who have made this program a success. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya School of Government remains steadfast in its mission to build capacity for a results-driven public service. We continue to invest in modernizing our curriculum, strengthening our faculty, rebuilding digital learning platforms and strategic partnerships, and expanding our research to address contemporary public sector challenges. Thank you, Your Excellency, for launching the Regional Center for Competence for Artificial Intelligence and Digital Skilling in Public Service housed at the school, through which we aim to expand digital transformation, literacy, appreciating the cabinet approval for making four of Kenya School of Government programs unit compulsory for all public funds, we request for the remaining budget to be reimbursed by the President and transferred to school for effective implementation of those programs. Secondly, Your Excellency, the school is owned by Ministry Department and Agency about 1.4 billion shillings. We therefore take this opportunity to, with great humility, request that you direct Your Excellency, the National Treasury, to withhold the amount owed in the School of Government from the MBAs as I conclude, this year in October, we proudly celebrate 100 years of national capacity development. It is a centenary of service to the Republic. We are deeply grateful to the government for its immense and continued support, which has enabled the school to evolve and deliver on its values. I thank you, sir, and may God bless the School of Government, and may God bless Kenya. It's now my honor and privilege to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs, the Honorable Geoffrey Tuku, to come and make his remarks. Thank you, President. The President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Interior and National Administration, Dr. Raymond Omoro, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Public Service, Human Capital Development, Dr. Jane Kere Ibunya, the Honorable Uga, the Member of Parliament for Teso North, and representing the Departmental Committee of Administration and Security in the National Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, thank you. Take this opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity you gave me to serve the people of Kenya as the Cabinet Secretary. I'm very delighted to join the public service family as we witness the graduation of over 800 public administrators who have gone through rigorous postgraduate diploma course in public service delivery in various ministries. I congratulate officers for their resilience and hard work that has crystallized into this event. Our gratitude also goes to the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government for sponsoring the training. Your choice of Kenya School of Government is a vote of confidence on the institution and our ministry. And to the school council, led by Justice retired Charles Nyachai, the management and the staff, I congratulate you for your dedication to public service, to the success of today's event. Your Excellency, before going further, I take this opportunity to recognize and thank all civil and public servants across the country for their dedicated spirit and commitment to implementing your administration programs in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and the vision. It is part and parcel of human capital. Kenya School of Government is surely becoming the factory for touring and retouring public office. Recalibrate the Kenya School of Government as a must-college culture, trainings, and continuous professional development. These programs, bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and the aspiration of Kenyans, and promotions of government officers will be implemented consistently, and this will improve the abilities to reinforce government's agenda across the public. Your Excellency, allow me to address the public as representatives and agents of His Excellency the President. I am confident that you are adequately equipped to represent His Excellency and hold accountable for your productivity, commissions, and omissions. In your public service, professional ethics, efficiency, effectiveness, and resources, as well as responsiveness, timeliness, and accurate information as its health and professional development. Once again, Your Excellency, I thank you. Thank you very much. I now invite the Cabinet for National and Interior.
Thank you very much, my brother. Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, my colleague Geoffrey Ruku, the Minister for Public Service, the PSS who are present, just to make it brief, and the leadership of the Kenya School of Government, Your Excellency, and all the graduates, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. You look very beautiful. Yeah? You look very nice, by the way. They just need to adjust some of the kofias so that doesn't cover your faces. Your Excellency, here, I just want to read the representation, apart from the GAO officers who are here. We have the CEO of IPOA and one of the commissioners present here. We have the chairperson of the Public Service Commission, very important person for us, and he's here. We have the PSS who are present here, PS Parliamentary Affairs, PS Public Service, and of course our own PS in the of Internal Security and National Administration. We have also the MP of Teso North, Kaunya, who is representing the committee, and we have the regional commissioners who are present. We also have our IG, Your Excellency. The IG is here, and Your Excellency, it's important the IG be here because we want the IG to replicate this kind of training in the National Police Service the way it's being done in the administration side. Some of the challenges we're having with our police officers is because of the challenges with training and retraining. And you can see the difference that training and training makes to the administrators. If we can do the same for our police officers, we are going to get rid of the challenges you see currently facing many of our police officers. And we have the leadership academy for the police. They can also benchmark here so that we can work together as a team, as a country. We have also our DCI, Mr. Mohammed Amin here. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I just want to make very, very, very brief remarks before I invite you. First of all is to training. This training is extremely important. When many colleagues of ours were appointed to cabinet, including myself and others, every one of us was looking for an Ngao officer to assist in your office. Everywhere in the country, even in the private sector, many people understand how the training in public service, particularly among the Ngao, goes. They actually enhance Ngao officers. And let me say this, Your Excellency, to train somebody, there is no other place where people get better experience than serving as National Government Administration officers. Because the one day you are in Network, the next day you are in Kibish, and then you are in Homa Bay, then you go back to Taita Taveta. These people understand the country like in the back of their hands. And if you are looking for any person to assign them responsibility, they understand what is government, they understand what is patriotism. Not just a question of where to be there, but it's the most patriotic law. For my short period I've worked with Ngao officers, I've never met more patriotic citizens like all these national government administrators. And therefore, it is important to note that the reason why they are where they are is because of this consistent training. Your Excellency, we continue asking your support to ensure that all our Ngao officers get the necessary training. As we speak, we have been holding what we call Jumbala or Salama meetings, and many of these things have been coming out. And Your Excellency, we know that there are about 300 Ngao officers and the ACCs who are yet to be trained. And this training is very important. And it goes to you, Your Excellency. And I want to confirm to the chairman of this school that we owe nothing. The ministry actually knows nothing to this school. If I knew that you owe other departments at least 1.2 billion, I would have brought more officers here, at least to owe you something. Even if it is a little amount of money. Your Excellency, we want you to support us, help us so that we can train these 300 ACCs, because this training is a precursor to their career progression and promotion. And when we went for a meeting with the Public Service Commission with my peers, I'm glad the chairman of Public Service and the team agreed that all these officers, once they finish their promotion training, Your Excellency, they will all be promoted accordingly. And some of these officers you saw here will become DCCs, some will move in their ACC position to a higher level. Those who have looked into 2021, for example, will quickly now catch up with their colleagues because they have been left behind. So Your Excellency, that is very important so that we ensure that there is equity, equality and morale in the part of our staff so that they can move forward. Your Excellency, when we were in one of the Chukwa, one Mr. Wafula, who is serving in Kilifi, told me to my face that he was in Elgeyo Marakwet when I was just starting to campaign to become a senator. He tells me, you became a senator, you repeated, you became a CS, I'm still in the same position. Your Excellency, I felt very bad for him because he has been there for 13 years. And it is because of that, and I see Mr. Wafula is standing there, so we wanted to here. Your Excellency, because of that, we want to make sure that the career progression is properly defined. You have the ACC who spoke here and saying that sometimes you have an ACC who is junior to the chief, and they are supposed to supervise the principal chief, but his rank is below. We have already submitted the structure to the public service. We appreciate they have approved. We want to implement so that there is clarity of career progression. And we are also saying some of the ACCs who are here, Your Excellency, were former chiefs. So we say when some of these ACCs will be promoted and they become DCCs and there is a vacancy, we want also to reserve some opportunities for chiefs across the country who will be promoted to become ACCs, and then that progression continues across. Your Excellency, the second issue I want to clarify is that we are no longer, and I'm glad the CS Public Service did this, we are no longer the old provincial administration. We are not in that power. And all people who are people are accusing public officers here that provincial administration. We are not there, Your Excellency. We are a service under the 2010 Constitution. And all these people are compliant with the 2010 Constitution. They are governed by the Constitution, they are governed by the principles that govern public service, and they are the most compliant people when it comes to principle of public service. In fact, for those who are not in the practice field, our law officers are working so closely with county governments. And to the extent that sometimes we feel jealous that they have become closer to county government, Your Excellency. Contrary to the fear that people had in the past that we are in competition with county government. We are working to ensure that the principles of consultation and cooperation between the two levels of government work together. The other issue, Your Excellency, I want to the other issue I wanted to request is that most of these officers, I've never seen people who sacrifice like they do. Most of them, especially in marginalized and far-flung areas, are operating, Your Excellency, in actually no offices. It's not even all offices. Some makeshift facilities. In the ministry level, we have designed model ACC offices. We are working with some of the MPs, and I appreciate Honorable Kaunya is here. We believe that the CDF, if we work with county government, and in the restructuring of CDF, Your Excellency, we want security and offices of administrators to be prioritized together with the police station across the country. We in the ministry are going to provide the model office, and then we work together with partners, including private sector, that can help us to make sure that is achieved. Your Excellency, there is one challenge that everywhere we have gone for Jumba, they are raised, is the AI, Your Excellency. The AI has gone, I don't even want to mention the figures. For somewhere 50,000, calm down. Now you give somebody 7,000 for 3 months and tell them you are doing security operation. And you know where it came from, Your Excellency, where the problem came from. The people of Kenya are demanding administrative units all over the country, including administrators. If there is something very popular everywhere, people want more divisions, they want more locations, they want more sub-locations. Now the practical thing which was done was that you have a place that had 1 division, it has now 4 divisions. Now the budget did not increase. So practically inside here we had to share the budget of that 1 division with the new 4 divisions. And therefore, the new ACCs are unable to carry out their responsibility. With utmost humility, Your Excellency, we request you, working with the Treasury, to look after the welfare of these ACCs, carry out their responsibility, so that they don't stick to one place and they cannot be able to go to different places. And that is the same applies to the police officers. In another meeting where we review the police officers, the same challenge applies. Thank you, Your Excellency. You've given direction of mobility. The Treasury is working on procurement of vehicles that will be used majorly by the police officers, but some part of it is going to be used by a smaller amount will be used by the law officers. We pray that this process is really expedited, and we believe that it will solve the problem of mobility, so that our ACCs are not requesting for border as they are going for their services on the ground. Your Excellency, on the legal reform, we have, as you directed, we have provided regulations on how to establish new administrative units. I have already signed them to the Attorney General for final drafting. It will come to the Cabinet and then we take it to Parliament, Your Excellency. We have also worked on the regulations that will recognize village elders. We are finalizing them, a policy framework that will also be taken to Parliament for approval. And lastly, Your Excellency, is that we believe once we are done with the ACCs, the 300, we embark on the assistant chiefs and the chiefs. Most of them have no training at all. And we have hired so many zero training. We want our chiefs to become also compliant in terms of issues of training. And on the security side, Your Excellency, there is a misunderstanding by many people why we have national government administration police units. It is not the old way where an administrator will direct a police officer what to do. No. We have many police units. We have a police unit that takes care of the railway. We have police units that takes care of tourists. where police unit that takes care of government installation. This is such one other police unit that will be put on at the disposal of the administrative officers to help them and ensure that they implement the directives of government that are within their purview. And in some instances, Your Excellency, it is necessary that we have officers that are going to protect administrative officers, especially in the border areas and the security risk areas. Situations like the one where our chiefs were abducted would have been averted if there are officers who are at the disposal of the chiefs and the administrators of the Excellency, and their security must be guaranteed. And we have said, Your Excellency, that and we've requested IG that all officers who are working in risk areas be allowed to be registered either as APR or be registered firearm holders so that they can protect themselves, especially in the ACCs and the chiefs in different places. Lastly, Your Excellency, we know this is a graduation. These ACC members have many things they want to speak to you, Your Excellency, and share even a time with you, at least once in this remaining period of your first term. And Your Excellency, they have asked me in the various forums we had that we also want to feel good to come and just have a meeting with you instead of Your Excellency. We request you that please grant them the opportunity to come and sit with you, and also you run them through your better agenda, including all the programs of government, because you will never have better ambassadors who can take the message to the ground that these are our officers. Because then we want Your Excellency, now my singular duty and privilege to invite you to come and address this auspicious occasion. And thank you, Your Excellency.
Please, let's take our seats. Ministers present, principal secretaries present, the chair of the Kenya School of Government Board, and CEO, senior officers of government, graduates. Good afternoon. I'm Jambo. We are our understanding of the world requires constant review and updating. To remain relevant, we must all embrace a culture of adaptability, of continuous learning, unlearning, and relearning, and we must be willing to renew ourselves to meet emerging challenges. This is the mindset we need to build a responsive, relevant, and resilient 21st century public service. This is why the government of Kenya is firmly committed to the sustained upskilling and upgrading and renewal of our public service. We are unwavering in our resolve to build a public service that is fit for purpose, that is modern, ethical, agile, efficient, and responsive to the evolving needs of our citizens. It is the reason why, when it was brought to my attention that we have close to 800 officers who have served for close to 7, 8, some of them 9 years without this training, I instructed the ministry to provide the resources so that this training can take place. I know that many of you have waited longer than you should. This training ordinarily is supposed to happen within your first 2 or 3 years of service. Unfortunately, for many of you, it has taken longer. And it is the reason why I did ask the Ministry of Interior to provide the resources for that training to happen, because it is the means by which we sharpen the tools that we use in the service of our nation. The Diploma in Public Administration course is a key component of this broader strategy. You, the graduating class of 2025, are the foundation of transformation. Today, we celebrate the successful graduation of 802 officers who, through rigorous training, have developed critical competencies in public policy, leadership, ethics, governance, and citizen-centered service. I agree with the CS that the Ngao officers are a complete different lot of people from what the provincial administration is. Centered on service, respecting the Constitution and the law, and serving the people of Kenya in coordinating development and matters that are of necessity to the people of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Government Administration Officers structure, from the regional commissioners to assistant chiefs and village elders, is one of the most dynamic, effective, and far-reaching arms of government. You are the connective tissue between the state and its citizens, and you are the face of government in every village, town, and county across Kenya. You know, I sometimes, when traveling across the country, I come across a signboard, Office of the President. and sometimes I wonder whether I have an office there. But I know those are the offices you and many on this structure occupy. And therefore, I am very proud that I have found time to come and engage you on this very important and significant graduation ceremony as you journey through your public service life. Today, you are graduating as SCCs, but the future is broad, wide, and bright for those of you who will live by the tenets and principles of the law and the Constitution. As you have heard from my officer, the Deputy Head of Public Service, the future is open. You are SCCs today, you will be DCCs tomorrow, you will be county commissioners, you will climb the ranks, become principal administrative officers, become principal secretaries, become cabinet secretaries, and the future is open. I have every confidence in the ability of this cohort of officers in our administration to lead and to guide the transformation of our country. National government administration officers are a key pillar of our national security and stability. You play a vital role in coordinating government development programs, ensuring implementation of the grassroots and maintaining peace within our communities. The bottom-up economic transformation agenda focuses on empowering ordinary citizens, farmers, women at the grassroots, mama bogas, the border people, and you are the frontline champions of this empowerment. When you register farmers for fertilizer subsidy program, when you register citizens on our climate works program, when you participate in ensuring that our students go to school and every child finds their way to school, when you participate in our housing program mobilization, when you participate in making sure that we take care of our environment, when you participate in the many aspects, including registration of citizens on our health platforms, you contribute meaningfully to the transformation of our nation. This is why our production today in agriculture has increased by 50%. I was very proud. An exercise that would have costed us billions of shillings in registering farmers. In fact, we had been given a quotation that was in billions to register farmers. But members of Ngao, and we had been told it was going to take a year. Members of Ngao completed the registration of farmers in 1 month without a penny. That is how effective Ngao officers are in matters of public service. I must say thank you very much. You made my work possible. By registering farmers, now we can issue fertilizer vouchers, eliminate corruption, eliminate pilferage, make sure that we are much more effective in the delivery of government programs. And as a result of the efficiency and the incorruptible delivery of fertilizer to farmers, our sugarcane has increased by 70%. Our tea production has gone up. Our coffee production has gone up. Our maize production has gone up. And we have reduced food imports by 50%. Therefore, I must commend you for what you're doing. You may not know the impact you're making. I can tell you from where I sit that you're making tremendous impact in the lives of citizens and in the progress of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge and commend the many milestones achieved under the leadership of the Ministry of Interior and National Government Administration over the past 3 years. This includes the registration, as I have said, of 6.4 million farmers for the fertilizer subsidy program, transition to junior and secondary school, increased enrollment in technical training colleges, registration of 1.2 million Inua Jamii beneficiaries, and the secure administration of national examinations, including KCPE, KPSEA, and KCSE. Other success stories have been in the mass mobilization of social health authority registration, with over 23 million Kenyans enrolled to date, and the general coordination of national policies, projects, and programs. I am particularly pleased to report that SHA has enrolled 142,000 national government administration officers under the comprehensive medical cover. So far, Kenya shillings 1.5 billion has been disbursed, with 1.9 billion set aside for pending claims. A healthy public servant is a cornerstone of an efficient public service, and we remain committed to protecting your health and dignity. To extend upskilling and training to every level of national government administration, more targeted initiatives are being rolled out. I am aware of a plan underway to induct chiefs and assistant chiefs into a security management course targeting 8,000 officers. This program will strengthen their capacity in leadership, dispute resolution, and local governance, pillars that are essential for peace and development at the grassroots in our entire country. Similarly, the Ministry of Interior and National Government Administration has finalized a policy framework to define the role of village administration elders. This policy will formalize and decentralize national government functions to the village level, making service delivery more efficient, more inclusive, accessible, and community-based. The recognition of village administrative officers will be instrumental in bridging the last mile of governance and enhancing accountability at the grassroots, because I believe very strongly that development must be anchored on locally developed priorities. And national government administrative officers at that lower level become anchors and become focal points for developing development priorities. To truly modernize public service, we must embrace innovation. In a world where citizens expect fast, seamless, and transparent services, we must leverage digital tools, including artificial intelligence, to deliver our mandate. A prime example is the Automated Reporting Management Information System developed by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and showcased during the 2025 Annual Public Service Week. Developed through peer review and successfully pivoted in Nairobi and the Central Region, ARMIS replaces inefficient manual reporting with real-time, secure, and efficient, and even offline data collection. It has already improved accuracy, responsiveness, and transparency in public service and public administration. We will roll out this system nationwide and explore its application in other sectors. I want to especially recognize Madam Mary Kanini David, Senior Assistant Secretary, for her innovation and leadership in developing the platform. These homes in previous systems and rightly won second place in the National Africa-wide Innovation Exhibition later this month, marking up. As I conclude, allow me to say about the trade union. That for the officers who did not complete their course, but some of them did not do the 3 months, resources to make sure that they complete their course. I am also informed that 128 officers were not promoted on account of age when their colleagues were promoted. After this training, all of them should now be promoted to catch up with their colleagues who are promoted. I am also informed that we have 300 officers in the field who did not manage to join this course on account of availability or other reasons. I am asking the Ministry of Interior to liaise with my office so that we can provide the necessary resources to make sure the other 300 officers who have not been trained the way you have should join this training this year. Also, we are undertaking, I said in the meeting that I was in earlier, We have already deployed close to 9 billion shillings in the modernization program for our police force. It was my instruction to the ministry that as we modernize the equipment, transport, facilities for our security agencies, national government administration officers should be included. They shouldn't be left behind. And therefore, we are going to look at some of the vehicles that we are acquiring for the police, that alongside the vehicles for the police will also be vehicles for our national government administration officers. To fast track the procurement so that this will be available for our officers. Finally, I want to make, I agree that I know the officers in the national government administration space want an engagement with me, but I also want an engagement with them. Pia mko na maneno ya kuniambia, na hata mimi niko na maneno ya kuambia. So nitapanga hiyo mkutano, ndio tukutane, ndio mseme na mimi niseme, so that we can bring this together. But I must commend you. I must say this, that the patriotism you demonstrate, the commitment to national development that I see in officers who make huge sacrifices, working in different stations across Kenya. It is not ordinary. It is not something to be taken for granted. You have my support. You have my commitment that we will continue to look at what we can do to make it possible for you to serve the nation better. Allow me to ask you on 2 assignments that I have as president. Those 2 assignments that I have, one is the unity of the people of Kenya. There is no cohort of public officers that understand the unity of the nation better than yourselves. You serve in different places, serving different communities, serving different regions. You appreciate how important it is for us to be together as a nation. As president, it is my responsibility that this nation is united, that all the communities work together, that all regions come together, that this nation becomes progressive together, and no community or region is left behind. I am asking you, as Lao officers, to assist me in putting this nation together. It is the assignment I have, na niseme nirudie kwamba mambo mawili ya muhimu kwangu ni umoja wa taifa letu la Kenya, kuhakikisha ya kwamba hakuna jamii ama sehemu ya Kenya inabaki nyuma. Tunatembea kwa pamoja, na maendeleo katika taifa letu la Kenya inafika kila kona ya taifa letu la Kenya. Na wauliza kama officers, training mshapata, kuelewa, mnaelewa umoja wa taifa na umuhimu wake. Mimi nawauliza, jameni, tusaidiane kuweka taifa letu pamoja. The second assignment I am asking of you is to assist me in transforming Kenya. Our transformation has been delayed for a very long time. And to transform a nation requires leaders who have the courage to make transformative decisions. We are transforming this nation in very significant ways, and I want to ask you to work with me and to work with this administration so that we can transform, for example, our agriculture. It is necessary for us to transform our agriculture. It is the reason why we are reforming the sugar sector, we are reforming the cooperative sector, the tea sector, the coffee sector. We are reforming our agriculture so that it can provide better productivity for us to achieve food security, to create more jobs for people in the agro-processing and value addition space, and to give us more products for export so that we can grow our economy and reduce poverty in our nation. The interventions in that space require dedicated public servants like yourselves. You have assisted me in the registration of farmers. I truly appreciate it. It is making a world of a difference. We need to reform the coffee sector. We still have challenges with the cooperative sector. I need your support so that we can reform the cooperative sector. We are shortly passing the law in Parliament to help in making sure that we improve on the governance of our cooperative sector. You, being the people at the grassroots, you can work with us to make sure that we achieve that. We are undertaking a phenomenal transformation of our education sector. That transformation includes bringing on board more teachers, and I'm very happy that by January next year, we will have hired 100,000 new teachers. We are building more classrooms. 23,000 classrooms have been built over the last 3 years, working with NGCDF and other development partners. We are reforming the funding of education to make sure that it is sensitive to children from poor families, so that we leave no child behind in our education system, because education is not just an equalizer. Education is the greatest empowerment any family, society, or nation can confer on its citizens. And we want it not to leave anyone behind, any child behind. As we do that, you have the responsibility to give us information on where we have gaps in schools, where we have gaps in development of infrastructure, where we have gaps in education, in laboratory development, in children who are not going to school. I was, working with the people in Nairobi. Sometimes people think that the capital city has all what it takes. In fact, for your information, more children are not in school in Nairobi than in other parts of the country, especially in our informal settlements. And it is the reason why I am working with the members of parliament in this county to make sure that we develop schools in our informal settlements. I'm asking you to work with me and assist me in creating awareness around health and the delivery of health, so that we can eliminate the myths and rumors and false social media and others, so that we can better, with the support of Ngao officers, registration, from a registration of 7 million people in NHIF, we now have a registration of 23 million citizens in SHA, and the numbers are growing by 60,000, 70,000 every day. And the testimonials on what SHA is doing to citizens paying their bills is all out there. It is my commitment that we will finally have a health infrastructure where no citizen is going to sell their land or their livestock or their property to pay hospital bills, that each and every one of us, irrespective of our, can have access to help paid for by the collective of the. I also am asking officers in the field to work on an environmental program in greening Kenya. I think it's a responsibility that each one and every one of us must make it personal to you and ensure that we continuously green every space that is available. One of you has mentioned here what we are doing with climate works. Already you are aware we have opened the portal for young people to register. We're going to onboard 100,000 young people on climate works to begin on 1st of July. The registration is going on. I'm asking you to work with us in the identification, in mobilizing citizens, and in supporting what the young people will be doing under the climate works arrangement. You heard me also announce during Madaraka that with the World Bank, we are also who are doing small businesses, so that 110,000 to be exact, 70 from every ward, facilitate each and every one of them with 50,000 shillings to improve their business. Board, it is your responsibility to work with us to make sure that we identify the right people come from, and they are doing what we are told they are doing. As somebody else said here earlier, the fiber optic footprint in Kenya does not cover many areas. We are undertaking, we are now using the Kenya Power lines to deliver by the CA, so that we can mobilize young people around the ICT hubs, so that we can train them, the employment on digital jobs of the young people of our country. Let me 1,000 young people from Kenya have joined the global workforce, and in your localities, so that they can be on board to mobilize support for this program, especially the young people who are working there. And secondly, on pushing people of Kenya, and I am committed to take the necessary decisions to transform our nation. Serve with diligence, integrity, and a steadfast commitment to the public good. All abuse of authority can have trust and respect. The bond between citizens, government,